there and welcome back to Tag Tuesday. Today we're doing one of my favorite tags that I've seen going around lately, and that is Bookish Buzzwords. I've been waiting so long to do this and I have prepared so much for it, and yes, so let's just get right into it. The first Bookish Buzzwords I have is pirate or rogue. I love both of those sorts of characters. Anytime I see it I'm like, oh, I have to buy it. So I have many roguish and pirate books. Buzzword 2 is dragons. I love dragons. I think they are the coolest magical creature, and anytime they say that there's dragons in a book, I'm immediately drawn to it and probably buy it. I really like comparing the different types of dragons in books too. Like, some of them are non-speaking dragons, some of them are highly intelligent dragons, some fly, some don't. There's just so many different ways that you can go with dragons that it's just one of my favorite things to see. Bookish Buzzword 3 would be magic. Of course, I'm a fantasy fan, and fantasy often involves magic, so anytime that there's magic in a book, I'm super down for that. I also really enjoy magical realism, so that kind of fits in with the theme. So the next one is science. I love it when books are based on science, so that kind of includes like speculative fiction sort of things, but like The Martian was really cool, Station 11 was really cool, and there's been a couple medical books that I've read that have been really cool, but I really like when they dive into the science and get into the meaty bits of it. Yeah. It's my degree, history of science, so anything around the history of science is my jam. The next one is World War. I love reading books about World War I and World War II. I think I've read more about World War II, but I have enjoyed a lot of books I've read about World War I as well, so that's one of my buzzwords. Like, if the setting is during one of the world wars, I am there for it. The next one is strong female characters. So this isn't one that they normally put on like the back of books or something, but it's definitely something that people talk about when they're reviewing books, and something that you can kind of get a vibe from a description of a book. I just really like it when the women characters are written well, or like autonomous and make decisions, and yeah, so strong female characters are always a big buzzword for me. Of course, like many other bookworms, another one of my bookish buzzwords is books about books. Anytime I see book in the title, or it takes place in a library or a bookstore, or there's like a mysterious book involved in it, I snatch that book up so fast. And I haven't read a bad one yet. I didn't really enjoy Mr. Penumbrum's 24-hour bookstore as much as I had hoped, but it was still really cool, and it was about books, so yay! The next one is Victorians. I like things that are set in Victorian-esque or Victorian time period, or the Victorian time period. For example, Mary Brennan's books take place in a Victorian-esque place, and there's been a couple other books that I have read that have been written by Victorians or about Victorians, and they've all been really great, and I really love that period. So another one that I really love for my bookish buzzwords is made into movies or TV shows. I love adaptations so much. As soon as I find out that an adaptation for one of the books that I have read, or it's been on my TBR for several years, is coming out, that is a huge motivation for me to read it. For example, Alias Grace will be available on November 3rd worldwide on Netflix, so if you're looking for that, that's where it's going to be. I have not read Alias Grace yet, so it's going to be on my TBR for this month. Hopefully, I have read it. The next one is retellings. I love retellings, whether that's going to be fairy tales, classical literature, or I was just thinking of another retelling earlier. But yeah, any sort of retelling just hits all the good parts in my body, in my heart. The next one is fairies and fae. I love books with fairies and fae in it. I think they are so much fun, and there's so many different ways that you can take it. This love definitely started with the Spiderwick Chronicles. I was obsessed with these as a child, and I still love them a lot. I only have the second and third books, so it's definitely a collection that I want to finish off. Plus, they're so nice. They have nice hard binding. And this one, I was obsessed with the Browning character, and I love the Browning. But yeah, fairy and fays. By the way, I don't know how you felt about this movie adaptation, but I am not sold on it, though I do want to watch it again. The next one is circus or circuses. I love books that have that sort of fairground feel to them. I love The Night Circus, and there was another book that I read that was called Circus, though it didn't take place in a circus, but it was still called Circus. I went through this whole entire phase where I was buying like big top books and books that had the word circus in them, and I have not read a bad one yet, so that's definitely one of my buzzwords. So I have 3 left. We're getting to the end of this too long video. And the next one is dystopians. I love dystopic novels. I always have. They fit really well into my sci-fi genre and fantasy. And I've read dystopias from both of them. And as you probably know, I am taking part in the End of the World book club, which is all about dystopias. So that's definitely a buzzword for me. The next one is space, which again fits into my sci-fi kicks. I love books that are set in space. They're so magical and so great, and I love them a lot. My final bookish buzzword is time travel. If there's a book where people are suddenly transported to different times, I'm so there. Like, I like Outlander a lot, but when I'm thinking about more like the time machine and things like that, I've written several papers on time travel and what it means and how it can be done from a purely historical setting of what has been done in literature as well as in philosophy and with thought experiments. So it's not scientific, so don't get any weird ideas about me building a time traveling machine. It's not happening, though I would love to. I also really like thinking about the paradoxes around time travel and things like that. So yeah. Those are all of my bookish buzzwords. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're looking for recommendations for any of these buzzwords, most of them are shelved on my Goodreads, and the other ones I'm going to be working into shelves soon, so you can check me out there. The link for that is in the description box below. I think the only one that will not turn into a shelf is Rogues. I do have a pirate shelf though, so if you're looking for some good pirate recommendations, there is that. But yeah, that's the end of this video. If you have bookish buzzwords that I don't have, let me know about them in the comment section below. Let me give me a couple recommendations. I would love to get some more buzzwords going and expand my horizons. But yeah, that's all we have to say for today's video, so we'll see you in the next one.